Los Angeles. La Jaula has returned to the West Coast as it is Combate Americas, Combate 8.
And here we go, fight fans, 3 rounds, this in the lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a boxer sitting 5 feet 7 inches tall. Official weight, 155.5 pounds. In one professional bout, he has a victory. He joins us tonight from Naples, Florida. Here is the animal, Yoandy, Carrillo. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. His background in Muay Thai and wrestling. At 5 feet 10 inches tall, he too weighed in 155.5 pounds. In 6 professional bouts, his record, 5 victories and 1 defeat. He fights out of and represents Redondo Beach, California. He is the Ghost Pepper, ERICK Gonzalez. And your referee in charge of the action is Michael Bell.
Okay.
Michael Bell, our referee in charge. ERICK Gonzalez wearing the white with the green and the red. Wearing the white is Yoandy Carrillo.
First round, you ready, Yoandy? You ready, Eric?
We are underway. It is Combate Americas, Combate 8. Ray Flores, Juliana Pena, Charles Gigisco. As we are underway, it is Gonzalez who is the taller fighter at 5 feet 10 compared to that of 5'7" for Yoandy Carrillo. And Carrillo already is looking for that right hand right down the middle.
Yeah, I agree. You know, Yoandy has a brown belt in judo, but he really is looking for that knockout. And ERICK really wants to use his reach advantage in this fight. He knows that right hand's coming. I know that he told me that that's all he's worried about, that he has to worry about that one weapon. And other than that, he's got it.
And ERICK Gonzalez has gone from conventional to southpaw. Now he's back to conventional.
Yeah, you know, ERICK Gonzalez, he said he was going to use his reach, and he is not afraid of Yoandy striking.
And forward is Yoandy Carrillo, who comes immediately trying to throw some power shots.
Trying to lock those hands together right now, looking for that trip. They tried to go suplex, didn't work out for him.
And a throw there by, it looked like a throw by ERICK Gonzalez, as he has Yoandy Carrillo against La Jaula.
Wonder if he's going to sit out with a head and arm guillotine or what he's trying to do there. I think he's just trying to keep his base. He wants to jack that underhook up to the moon if he can, and keep walking out to that underhook side. Oh, nothing, no takedown. Oh, maybe. There's that judo, giving up the back. Trying to go for the arm. It worked out. He's back on the feet. Now he's caught in his own guillotine. This is not good for Yoandy.
And Carrillo.
This is not good for Yoandy.
And a trip now, and the guillotine choke. Now he decides to release it as Carrillo's in the full guard of ERICK Gonzalez. And we'll see if Yoandy Carrillo can inflict some grounded pound here.
Toes off.
In his last fight, he utilized a lot of ground and pound to open up the second round TKO, where his opponent really had to worry about his takedowns. I don't see him implementing the same strategy here. I think he's got the striking advantage.
And they stand up, and also here's one thing to note, that the Combate Americas finish bonus has doubled. So if you get a finish, you get double the pay from the last event. And that is a lot riding, as many of these young men can go ahead and use some of that financial benefit.
I think that is a benefit. It's icing on the cake, but these guys just want the win more than anything. And that kind of can stop a win. When you get kicked in the nuts like that, that hurts.
And now Yoandy Carrillo, as we are midway through the first round, he is in the half guard of ERICK Gonzalez.
The only thing Yoandy has to worry about here is ERICK pulling out that Kimura, but he's got the pass, he's inside control. He just needs to really calm down, remain in his position, not get too hungry in trying to pass into mount. Just settle your position.
ERICK Gonzalez prides himself on finishing his fights. Out of his 5 victories, 4 of those have come inside the distance. And now full mount there. This is a bad position for ERICK Gonzalez, and he gets out via the back door, but the armbar is there. How deep is it?
It's super deep. He needs to curl those hamstrings. He's got it. He needs to curl those hamstrings. Oh, nice job. ERICK's out on that.
What a beautiful transition, as now Gonzalez has the back of Carrillo.
He splayed him out, and he's going to look to pressure those hips down and force his belly to the mat. This is going to create an immense amount of pressure and allow him to arch up and create more ground and pound opportunities.
This is going to be a pivotal time for ERICK Gonzalez. You know, in judo, can you finish it here? You roll for the arm bar. If you don't get the arm bar, then you give up your back, and then you know you got to keep scrambling. You got to keep moving, and this is where ERICK is the strongest with this BJJ game.
And Michael Bell, the referee in charge, watching it. He's trying to land some punches. As ERICK Gonzalez, 1 minute to go. Can Carrillo survive, or will Gonzalez get the finish that he is coveting? Carrillo in some trouble as Gonzalez continues to pound away on the side of the head.
Those are some hard shots, you guys. Those are solid. I can hear the heat on that. Oh, stop the fight.
He is teeing off. Michael Bell, the referee in charge. He is closely observing, but they don't appear to be landing flush, Juliana.
Those are flush. I can hear the thud from here. Those are some nasty shots. If I don't see him defend anytime soon, I'm going to want the referee to jump in there and stop the fight.
Gonzalez continues to pound away on the side of the head of Yoandy Carrillo.
Randy, show me you can get out.
10 seconds to go. Coming up on 10 seconds. Will Carrillo be able to survive and make it to the second round? It is Gonzalez pounding away on Yoandy Carrillo. Will Carrillo be able to see a second round? The horn is there, and yes, we hear it. The bell, not the horn. Oh my goodness. As ERICK Gonzalez moments away from finishing the fight.
All right, second round. You ready, Yoandy? Second round. You ready, ERICK? Fight.
Here we go inside La Jaula with Combate Americas, Combate 8. As you see, Carrillo seems to have asserted himself. And within that minute rest period, it looks like he is back to form, and a high kick that was blocked by Yoandy Carrillo.
Sounded solid to me.
Hit the elbow.
Yoandy's looking for that right hand. He's looking for that right hand setup. He's just waiting for it. All he needs is one.
It almost seems like he's waiting for Gonzalez to throw that jab. Gonzalez is now in the southpaw stance. It seems like Carrillo's waiting for him to throw the jab, and then he wants to counter with that right hand right over the top.
He's just going to keep him guessing. You know, this is where you really separate your advantages and disadvantages.
Well, Carrillo's advantage is definitely his right hand, and that's what he wants to throw. So you can tell that's what he's trying to set up right now.
He seems a little flat-footed, though, as he's not using angles to try to get on the inside. He's waiting for Gonzalez to make a mistake.
That was the angle that you needed, Ray. There it was. You just saw it.
And they're coming in looking for a takedown is ERICK Gonzalez.
Sprawl. Nice.
And Yoandy Carrillo.
Nice ankle pick there.
Gonzalez takes down Yoandy Carrillo, and this is a carbon copy of what happened in the second round.
Let go of the glove.
In the first round.
Let go of the glove.
Another hard shot by the Ghost Pepper. I think he's going to finish it here. I honestly do. I really think it's going to be. Yoandy's bleeding everywhere.
Show me something, brother.
It's going to be over here pretty soon, I think.
Michael Bell telling Carrillo to let go of the gloves, and ERICK Gonzalez is looking to rain down more ground and pound. Can he get the finish?
Nasty cut on Yoandy's head. Nasty cut. He's bleeding everywhere.
Yoandy Carrillo's a bloody mess. As you see, the crimson is on the blue mat of the Combate Americas Jaula.
Yoandy is just flat on his bed. Go for the choke. He really needs to create some space, pull that arm down, and get to his side.
Yoandy is such a warrior. He's not giving up, you know.
If Gonzalez can separate himself, he could bring an end to this fight. Yoandy Carrillo is taking a wealth of abuse as ERICK Gonzalez is trying to get the finish as he is busted wide open, and the sangre, the blood is pouring from Yoandy Carrillo's face.
I agree. I'd like to see him move. If he doesn't answer any of these shots, I think that they should stop the fight.
Michael Bell is
not answering back.
Now, look at this. That was just kind of posing. Was ERICK Gonzalez. He sort of showed his muscles as he's landing some elbows, vicious elbows, to the side of the head of Yoandy Carrillo. This is a bad position for the 33-year-old out of Naples, Florida, by way of Havana.
Unfortunately, this is what he's got to do in order to win the fight.
And the fight is over as ERICK Gonzalez gets the finish he was looking for, stopping Yoandy Carrillo in the second round. Cha-ching! As he gets the finish bonus and also disposes of Yoandy Carrillo.
Yoandy got busted up there, and obviously as a warrior, he doesn't want to stop, but there just wasn't enough defense when he was just getting pounded on.
That's why you got to work that ground game. You know, you can have all the judo you want. Let's see. Let's take a look at some of the replays. This is the last 8 seconds of the fight. Those shots were going unanswered. I'm glad they finally stopped that fight. That was getting uncomfortable.
And that is a very energetic and amped up and excited 24-year-old ERICK, the Ghost Pepper Gonzalez, elevating his record to 6-1, and he defeats a very tough opponent in Yoandy Carrillo. And now ERICK Gonzalez says, hey, I want the belt.
Yeah, he's on a streak now, and he's won quite a few with the Combate banner, and that's a huge win on a very tough prospect. He beat him at his game, and he did what he said he was going to do, where he was not afraid of the striking and dominant on the ground.
And now let's send it up to our cage announcer, the voice of La Jaula. Here's Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at the official time. 3 minutes, 13 seconds, round number 2. Referee Michael Bell puts a halt to the bout. Your winner by TKO, the Ghost Pepper, ERICK Gonzalez.
ERICK Gonzalez, Juliana, that was an impressive performance out of the Ghost Pepper.
Extremely, extremely. I thought that he did really well. He didn't let Yoandy's #1 thing at right hand get into his head or come into play at all in this fight. So I'm very happy. That was a great fight. Those guys, they fought their hearts out.
And there you see the CEO for Combate Americas, Campbell McLaren, there with the victorious one, ERICK Gonzalez, as we're seeing the end of the fight, and Campbell has to dig into his pockets and give that man a finishing bonus, because that is what is here at Combate Americas Combate 8. ERICK Gonzalez looking outstanding to kick off the night here at Combate 8.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 9.5 inches tall. Official weight, 154.5 pounds. In his second professional bout tonight, he looks for victory #1. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, here is Cristian Chichips Cardona.
Get him.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter standing 5 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in 155.25 pounds and looks for victory #2 in this, his second professional bout. Fighting out of Oxnard, California, here is Jose Estrada. And your referee in charge of the action is Mike Beltran.
Jose Estrada, wearing the red trunks, wearing the black is Cristian Cardona. Referee in charge, Mike Beltran, as Cardona is hoping to get that first victory in his pro career. It took his pro debut in 10 days' notice. For Jose Estrada, he wants to show that he can stand and bang and do whatever to get the victory. He is a full-time fighter now and is looking for that coveted finish bonus. Here we go, Jose Estrada and Cristian Cardona. As you see that Cardona is 3 inches taller than that of Estrada.
Got freestyle fighter versus counter fighter right here. Cardona really wants to utilize his kicks, keep him at bay.
And Charles Jose Estrada trains, has gone into the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy. He is from Oxnard, California, and also spent some time over at Black House as well. So he has some quality training partners, does Jose Estrada.
Very high-level training partners, and he's really looking forward to showcasing the progress he's made since his last fight. look for him to work more of his takedowns and really showcase his new and improved grappling game.
He's already landed the 1-2 as he's connected right on the button of Christian Cardona. A good chin, though, for the 24-year-old.
Yeah, this is going to be the difference in the fight right here. Cardona really wants to work his transitions and get his wrestling more on point. So we'll see if he can get back to the feet and get back on point with those punches, because that's where he was really doing well. That's where you could tell he was the most comfortable.
And in half guard now is Jose Estrada. Looking to pound away on Christian Cardona. This is a bad spot for Cardona.
Wow. You know, one of the things that Estrada has needed to face is adversity, and it doesn't look like that's a problem here. He's a solid fighter all around. And
Estrada.
Sorry, go ahead.
Estrada's pushing up against the fence, and he's leaving a lot of space. If Christian's able to shrink a bit to his left side, he could probably regain that full guard and create some space.
There are a lot of fans that have come out here to support Froggy in his pro debut. It was loud. It's even louder here at a sold-out exchange in Los Angeles for Combate Americas Combate 8.
Froggy now stuck in full guard. Christian opens it up. Look for him to pass and really be able to posture up more. He needs to push Christian up against the fence so he really can't shrimp at all.
And now it is all ground and pound by Jose Estrada. He is unloading on Christian Cardona. He has the back, and now it is all Froggy. Teeing up on Cardona. Mike Beltran ready to stop it, and he knocked him out, and this one is over. 2 pro bouts, 2 pro victories, 2 TKOs. That is a bad man, is Jose Froggy Estrada.
This man refuses to be denied in the howler, and I'm ecstatic about that. It was a great win by Froggy.
Relentless. When he got mount, he did not stop until the ref pulled him off, and right before that, Christian Cardona kind of went out.
He said he wanted to have some fun. Let's take a look at the finish of the fight.
Full mount.
What time?
Bang. Gave up his back there, and this is this part where Jose is just going to beat the brakes off him until the ref stops the fight. He's doing his job. It was beautiful.
234.
Right there's the finishing shot, and that's what I was talking about when he went out. And, you know, it was a good stoppage, and you know, Froggy's just riding this momentum, and the crowd went absolutely wild. It seems like everybody in here is on his side.
And looks inside the exchange as Christian Cardona has been attended to by our cage-side physicians here. He looks to be okay. It's getting up, and that is a great sign. But oh my goodness, the power that Jose Estrada has. Camel McLaren, the CEO for Combate Americas, again has to get down to his pockets, because that's 2 fights, 2 finishes.
That's right, Combate Americas once
Give me
again.
my money.
I'm that.
Somebody better pay me.
Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Listen, Mr. Campbell, hope I put on a nice show for you. You're right here, though. What's taking so long?
He's so happy. It's so cute.
And Campbell McLaren said, what took you so long? Well, I guess Campbell has unbelievably high expectations, as he should. But you know what? The sky is the limit. We are in California. And my goodness, guys, and now let's send it up to our cage announcer. Here's Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at the official time. 2 minutes, 34 seconds, round number 1. Your winner by KO victory and still undefeated, Jose Froggy Estrada. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go 3 rounds. This in the featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting in the blue corner. He's a boxer standing 5 feet 10 inches tall. Weighing in at the featherweight limit, 146 pounds. He brings an even professional record of 2 victories and 2 defeats into the cage. Fighting out of Van Nuys, California, here is Marcos El Matador Bonilla.
Murder ball time. He's ready to go.
And his opponent tonight, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 7 inches tall. He too weighed in officially 146 pounds and has a record of 2 victories and 1 defeat. He fights out of and represents Santana, California. Here is IZIC Lionheart Referee
Juliana, who's going to win this fight?
is Michael Bell.
I got Bonilla on this one.
Charles?
I mean, I think I'm inclined to go with IZIC. Look for the takedown, ground and pound.
We're split down the middle. What is going to happen inside La Jaula? Referee in charge, Michael Bell. It is a matchup in the featherweight division, as we have IZIC Fernandez wearing the black trunks, wearing the red and the black, is
All right,
Marcos
first round. You ready,
Bonilla.
Marcos? You ready, Isaac? Fight!
And we are underway. They touch gloves, and finally they step inside La Jaula against each other. And we're seeing a nice kick there by IZIC Fernandez to start off, as Bonilla is the taller fighter, 3 inches the advantage in his favor. Throwing the jab as Marcos Bonilla. I like his stance already, Charles, as we're seeing him. He's very comfortable, but the leg kick's there by one. IZIC Fernandez.
Marcos is doing a great job of utilizing his reach and staying in the center of the cage. That's going to force IZIC to kind of get reckless and rush in and leave right just like that and leave himself open for a counter.
I like Bonilla's stand-up. He's very comfortable in there. He's checking the kicks. He's seeing everything coming his way. He's using his reach in a very smart fashion, not getting too reckless. I love it. He's seeing everything.
And for Bonilla, he's applying that forward pressure. He's throwing his jab. He's mixing in, looking for that right hand, and he's trying to get IZIC Fernandez to fight going backwards as a counter fighter. Fernandez answers with leg kicks.
Yeah, he's not too worried about it. He's checking all of those. Like I said, he sees everything clearly. He wants to use his combinations to set up for that knockout shot. He does not want this to go to the judges, is what he was telling me yesterday.
A head kick by Marcos Bonilla that caught the attention of IZIC Fernandez, who continues to go backwards also. As you look at Marcos Bonilla, he has one of the best parts I've ever seen in MMA. His hair is on point tonight, and also his striking is pinpoint.
If we could only be so lucky, he's trying to force IZIC against the cage, catches the kick. He's just going to continue to keep him on the outside and not let him get in and fight that dirty style he wants to fight.
That stiff jab, Julian, I mean, you know what it is to be inside action and how important the jab is. We're seeing it by way of Marcos Bonilla.
Yeah, it's the number one punch you learn, and it's your number one punch is your best friend sometimes. It's a feeler out punch, and sometimes when you land a hard, stiff jab, exactly.
And IZIC Fernandez is the way to generate some offense through a Superman punch that momentarily stunned Bonilla. And now the action is picked up as we are approaching the midway point of our first round inside La Jaula with Combate 8.
Bonilla still really calm. Still composed in there. He's not worried about it. He's not worried about those leg kicks. What I like is that he always answers back every time.
Both fighters not looking to give an inch whatsoever inside La Jaula.
And it's important to note, IZIC's continually throwing those leg kicks, and that sets up the Superman punches, the higher level stuff. Because he's dealing with this reach and unable to get on the inside, he has to kind of chop him down, and it does not seem to be affecting Marcos at all right now.
And IZIC Fernandez points to his leg as to say, you want to kick me some more. I am more than willing to oblige in this sort of contest.
More than willing, and there's still 2 minutes left in the round. That can be an eternity sometimes.
More leg kicks there by Marcos Bonilla as he throws a right hand. As we're seeing, they are in the clinch. Some knees to the body by Marcos Bonilla.
All he was trying to do is just stay on the feet. He doesn't want to get taken down. Use that knee to create that space, and now he's back to the feet where he's most comfortable, using those combinations to set up anything he wants. He's looking for that knockout.
Marcos Bonilla wearing the red and the black. Wearing the black is IZIC Fernandez, as Fernandez has been trying to figure out a way to solve the puzzle of El Matador.
And it's very disheartening when you're trying to force your game plan and your opponent is just able to avoid it at all times. That was his first opportunity of holding him up against the cage and pressuring him, and Marcos was just able to kind of shrug him off and work his own combinations in return.
What's interesting to see, I think, the maturity of Marcos Bonilla as he's fighting tall. He could easily fight to the stature of IZIC Fernandez and engage in a toe-to-toe battle, but he's picking apart Fernandez from the outside.
That's what he said he wanted to do. He really wanted to use his reach advantage in order to break this guy down at every point in the fight. Every time he throws a punch, he answers with a leg kick. He's always answering back with something else and saying, get off of me, guy.
As opposed to just countering, or rather, excuse me, as opposed to blocking those leg kicks, Marcos is now countering off of them. And that's going to, again, change IZIC's game plan, where he has to kind of commit to those rushing movements that just leave him open to being countered.
Nice right by Bonilla.
Approaching the final moments of this first round between IZIC Fernandez and Marcos Bonilla.
How you doing, Isaac? You good? Carry him out, please, Marcos.
And the action is hot inside La Jaula here
All right, thank you.
with Combate
Isaac.
Americas, IZIC
Okay, Matthew,
Fernandez and Marcos Bonilla through one. How do you guys
All right,
have it?
second round.
I got Bonilla winning that round. He was pushing the pace, stealing the center of the cage, very calm and cool and collected. Looked like he implemented his game plan a little bit more. And then let's see if Fernandez can make some adjustments here in round 2.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And right off the bat, we're seeing much more of the same. IZIC really needs to do something differently here to get this fight in his favor.
Let's see if IZIC can have made the adjustments. Maybe a couple feints as well would be advantageous for him. It looks like he wants to have Marcos Bonilla on his heels, but it is Bonilla again taking the center of La Jaula.
Yeah, Bonilla's very confident in there, and I like that. He doesn't seem phased at all. He welcomes those leg kicks. He's ready to check him.
He has a lot of precision when he strikes, does Marcos Bonilla. No bending racing movements. Now he's limping a little bit. He may have injured that front leg. It could have been potentially due to a kick. It seems he was hobbling around a little bit.
And this is exactly the fight that IZIC wants. Up against the cage with double unders, he's going to look to drag him to the mat. Oh, he pushes off and goes for more striking.
Bonilla's hurt, it looks like, on that front lead leg. He looked like he was not liking those leg kicks too much. He kind of backed up a little bit. That one stung. He doesn't want that to happen again. He's over it, you can tell.
It could be the hamstrings that are affecting him, but it's hard for him to push off and gain leverage behind his strikes, which is now why he is not pushing off with the same amount of leverage that he was earlier in the fight.
Well, it's good that Fernandez came out there and made some adjustments, because you can tell that it really is bothering Bonilla with those front lead leg kicks.
Bonilla's a lot more flat-footed after that big kick, and IZIC sees blood, but he's trying to hide his own leg kicks and set them up a little bit better, because he doesn't want them to be checked. He really wants them to count so he can continue to chop down Bonilla.
Coming in hard is Fernandez. He looks like he found a second win here, and he's definitely implementing his game plan a little bit more in round 2 as opposed to round 1.
And Fernandez, he absorbs a kick that he took to his arms and his forearms. And Juliana, having been inside at the highest level, when you absorb kicks like that, do they still do damage?
Yeah, they do. You know, if you keep eating those kicks, then they're definitely gonna hurt. But in my experience, I welcome that. I come forward on a leg kick, bite down on my mouthpiece, pick up that leg, and right down the clown's mouth with the right hand is what I would have done.
Coming up on 2 minutes to go in this second round between Marcos Bonilla and IZIC Fernandez. Bonilla wearing the red and black trunks, wearing the black is IZIC Fernandez.
IZIC's now controlling the center of the cage, which is different than last round, and he's using his kicks a little more sparingly, even though he's had good success with them. I think he's going to go upstairs a little bit more, because now he's got Marcos thinking that level change and that danger zone in his thigh.
And Fernandez seems to be out hustling Marcos Bonilla in the second round, maybe because of the injury, it seems like, to Marcos Bonilla, but he's done a great job of making adjustments, Juliana.
Yeah, you can tell that he really is putting a lot of mustard on those. Every punch he's throwing with bad intentions. He only needs one here.
Even though he is the shorter fighter, he has been successful in landing those kicks to the lead leg of Marcos Bonilla. And now Bonilla tries to tee off as he gets close, and now he just wants to mix it up. They want to go to war.
He wants to throw that back knee. Here it comes.
That right hand that landed and caught the chin.
Snap it down. There's another knee. Nice
Now
shot by
Bonilla's willing.
Fernandez.
He eats a right hand by IZIC Isaac Fernandez. They are picking up the action here with Combate Americas, Combate 8.
Fernandez does not like when his back is against the cage, and even though he ate that knee, he came back very, very hard with that right hand. But he sees blood, though, and he's going for it.
We call that the get-off-me punches. Clear the area, 3s and 4s and hooks until you're out of there. Let's see if he can do it again.
Bonilla's trying to steal the round, some knees to the body as Fernandez tries to turn it around, and they both exchange positions, but the action is picked up in the final 2 minutes of this second round. Marcos Bonilla and Isaac Fernandez, a featherweight showdown here in Los Angeles with Combate Americas, Combate 8, as we will go to a third and final round. What action here in LA?
All right, third round. You ready, Marcos? Third round. You ready, Isaac?
He is Charles in charge. It's Charles DeGisco here. Ray Flores, Juliana Pena, as the third and final round between Isaac Fernandez and Marcos Bonilla. Bonilla wearing the red trunks, wearing the black is Fernandez. Now Bonilla comes just wildly flinging shots from way outside.
Who wants it? It's up for grabs. Who wants it?
Work your angles, Isaac.
And again, it is Bonilla who's going back to that stiff jab. Now it seems like Isaac Fernandez is going back to that of a power hitter. He's looking for that one home run shot. Can he land it against Marcos Bonilla? And Bonilla with a knee to the body again has Isaac Fernandez. And now Michael Bell says that was low to the groin. And I would not want to get hit in that region. And the fans are booing, believing that Fernandez is sort of acting. But I don't think that's any theatrics.
No, I'd have to see the replay because I missed that, but yeah, I would imagine that hurts pretty bad.
Take your time, brother.
It looked like it was a knee. We're going to see right here.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
the shin. Your knee hit there, but the shin hit the balls. You can hear it hit the cup.
Well, Michael Bell using some colorful
He still
language.
hit
He
the
said
balls,
that the
dude.
shin hit the,
it's
you know, the
it's
groin
okay.
region.
It was unintentional, I know, but you can hear it.
He says it was unintentional.
Yes,
He
you're
warns
not gonna
him.
get it.
Yeah, he told him that you hit him in the cup, bro. Watch your knees. Watch your strikes to the no-fly zone.
And Marcos is noticeably a little frustrated because he was smelling
How you
blood.
doing, brother?
He
You
really
okay?
thought he was starting to come in on that finish. And Isaac has 5 minutes to recover.
And I would take those 5 minutes, man.
Sometimes it's not enough.
What do you think? He must be in his mind. He got the minute rest period, and it seems like Bonilla is the fresher fighter.
How you doing, brother?
So not only is he trying to gather himself, but
Ready
he
to
has to
continue?
be thinking, I need to finish this fight.
Yeah, that's what he told me he wanted to do. He did not want
He
this
caught
fight
you
to
with
go
the
to the
shin.
judges. And this
To the
can
foot-
definitely, this
to the
type of
balls right
injury
over
in the
there. The knee
cage
was good,
can play a
but the
factor
shin
on
caught
how
you.
you come back once that 5 minutes is up or however long you take.
And a sold-out crowd here at the Exchange
It
in
was
Los
at the body
Angeles.
shot, brother.
They want Isaac Fernandez to get up and resume the fight with Marcos Bonilla. Bonilla has
ready?
been ready ever since the
Okay.
infraction happened, and now
Ready?
Fernandez is
Time
okay.
in.
And they are going to touch gloves. Great display of sportsmanship as we continue with this featherweight showdown.
Way to shake it off, Fernandez. Nice inside leg kick by Fernandez. He knows that was working too. Oh, swing and a miss by Fernandez, but I liked it. Keeps Bonilla guessing. Keeps him fast and light on his toes.
Isaac has got to know that he needs to go for broke here, and that expect him to be a little slow off the start of that injury, but he really has to go for broke because he very well could be down 2 rounds to none.
Now you
Now
look like you
it
got
looked
both
like a
eyes.
flash of heads. What?
Fight on, I didn't see it. Let's go.
And Michael Bell says, I didn't see it, fight on. And Marcos Bonilla puts his arms at us and say, I don't even understand what happened. Let's just fight.
He's angry.
Looking for that home run shot was Isaac Fernandez with an overhand right, but he's been missing wildly here in this third round. And it is again Marcos Bonilla with the striking, with the accuracy, with his jab, moving around La Jaula with grace and finding his spots.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like this one's going to a decision, which is not what either fighter wanted, but you know, Bonilla really did a good job of using his length here, and he's not letting this guy come in at all. I really like that.
Midway point of this third round.
You know, IZIC is just not able to plant his feet and really sit into his punches. Bonilla is just constantly keeping him guessing, throwing the head kick, changing levels, and just putting a pace that at this point he cannot match.
Nice stiff jab by Bonilla.
It is a simple formula that is working for Marcos Bonilla, who at the age of 30 understands the opportunity that he has to go ahead and move up the ranks in Combate Americas.
Definitely, and that's what's exciting about this promotion, Combate Americas. There is a chance to move up the ranks and to get that belt and to be the face of Combate. And I think Marcos Bonilla really wants that position.
Well, he continues to pump that jab. He's not pumping his brakes, he's pumping the jab, and it is landing. Even though he has that, it seemed like he aggravated that lead left leg, but Charles, it seems like he has adjusted and is moving forward.
Well, he just landed a very, very stiff rear leg, and Bonilla kind of just shook it right off. It didn't seem to affect him, and if it did, he hit it very well. IZIC is coming up short in his burst. He needs to take a couple extra steps and a couple extra punches and force this fight against the cage, which was his original intention. He's just stopping too early.
These guys are just exchanging one for one. I'd like to see Bonilla double it up, make a little three-piecer come out there and finish with something solid like a lead leg kick to the head.
Under a minute to go and looking for a takedown is IZIC Fernandez, and he gets it. Now he's got to go to work. Under a minute to go in the fight. Can IZIC Fernandez find a way to get that stoppage and a finish against Marcos Bonilla, who has had his number here in this third round?
Yeah, I wish he would have got that takedown in maybe round 1 or round 2. I think that was going to make the difference on who was going to win the fight or not. A little too late, in my opinion, but better late than never, eh?
He's got to finish these last 20 seconds strong by kind of sucking him out away from the cage, which Bonilla is using to kind of push his back and climb up. And Fernandez needs to pass that guard and lay down some leather, because if he doesn't do it quick, he's got 10 seconds to work.
This fight will likely go to the scorecards for the first time. Looking for a rear naked choke attempt is IZIC Fernandez. Armbar attempt, not the rear naked choke attempt. As we go ahead and check out the end of the fight, where he was high on the back, similar to that of the rear naked choke, but he raises his hand, does Marcos Bonilla. He feels like the victory is within his grasp. IZIC Fernandez, very happy. And let's take a look at some of the action, Charles.
Well, right here, it was kind of an awkward position, and that was actually the end of the fight. He was going for some sort of armbar, and it looks like Bonilla hurt a floating rib, that lower rib that everybody has, and it's not quite clear what was wrong, but certainly discomfort.
Yeah, I don't know what he's, what was it? Was that like a knee to the back or something?
It could have been like the shin pressure.
Or was that an elbow to the side back there?
Marcos Bonilla.
He got the win. That's all that matters.
Boy, anything is possible. We haven't gone to the scorecards yet. So, who do you think won the fight?
I guess we should have got to that first. I think Bonilla won.
Yeah,
Charles?
I'd be hard-pressed to find anybody other than Bonilla victorious. I know IZIC's happy right here, but he just wasn't really able to dictate the pace he had planned to.
That was a terrific matchup inside La Jaula. As we go ahead, we will send it to Joe Martinez, who is victorious here tonight inside La Jaula.
That's it. You got to go to work.
Combate Americas Campbell McLaren gives a bonus for a fight finish, and just declared that both fighters will receive a fight bonus for their efforts in the ring.
Wow.
And here are the scoring totals. Judge Chris Crail scores at 29-28 Bonilla. Judge Doc Hamilton, 29-28 Fernandez. And Gene LaBelle has it 29-28 for your winner by split decision. Marcos, el Matador Bonilla. And here we go, fight fans, 3 rounds. This scheduled in the Flyweight division. Presentado primero en la esquina azul con un peso de 126 libras y un récord de 3 victorias y 5 derrotas. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, a freestyle fighter standing 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in officially 126 pounds. His professional record in 8 bouts stands at 3 victories and 5 defeats. Fighting out of Huntington Beach, California, here is Albert. Buenas noches, Tapia.
Let's go! Right here!
Y su oponente en la esquina roja, con un peso de 125 libras y medias y un récord igual de 3 victorias y 3 derrotas. His opponent fighting out of the red corner. His background in Shotokan Karate. He is a 5'5" fighter standing and weighing 125.5 pounds. His professional record even with 3 victories and 3 defeats. Fighting out of Santa Fe Springs, California, here is Johnny Tsunami Santa Maria. Y encargado de ring, el referee in charge of the action, Mike Beltran.
Mike Beltran, our referee in charge. And Johnny Santa Maria matchup in the flyweight division against Albert Tapia. Ray Flores, the #1 contender in the UFC's bantamweight division. Juliana, the Venezuelan vixen. Tapia, or not Tapia, it is Tapia and Santa Maria going at it. Pena, Charles DeGisco.
He wishes.
Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, I'm sure he does.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
And kidding.
You kid. Well, these guys are not going to kid whatsoever. They are looking for a finish, as there is a win bonus that has been doubled by Combate America CEO Campbell McLaren. Taking a look at Santa Maria, he is looking to get his record above the 500 mark. As he's wearing the white trunks, wearing the black, red, and blue is Albert Tapia.
8-time fight veteran is Tapia. Buenos noches. Likes to use his footwork and angles. He likes to use his level changes and be the more technical guy in order to implement his style of fighting, which is seeming to work out for him right now.
And already Johnny Santa Maria seems to assert himself as he's moving around gracefully, looking for that opening. Still hasn't thrown anything, whereas Tapia is a little unorthodox and awkward, coming from different angles.
Fighting at 135, Santa Maria is not used to being the taller, 125. Santa Maria is not used to being the taller fighter, but he does have a size advantage here, and I think that's changing Albert Tapia's approach a little bit. It actually gives him a little bit more confidence to use his reach, find the length of his punch, and really connect on those power shots.
Definitely. I think that Tsunami is definitely trying to advance and make sure that he gets in close so he can throw his elbows. He's being very methodical about everything, and he knows that Albert was just recently knocked out, so he's looking to stay patient in there and hopefully get the knockout. But Tapia is doing a good job of seeing everything and slipping and stuff like that, aside from that leg kick that he just ate.
Well, both of these gentlemen like the fact that, you know, Johnny Santa Maria here in California, for those of you that do not know, and it's becoming more prominent when it comes to mixed martial arts, is earlier weigh-ins and this revolving door for weigh-ins, as we see that Tapia kind of comes in. Juliana, you're involved in that as well, having, you know, been in the UFC, that guys are able to weigh in early in the morning. Johnny Santa Maria doesn't like that. He's one of the only fighters that we talk to that is not a fan of that sort of protocol.
Yeah, I can understand that, you know, being a girl and trying to be vain, you know, you get all shredded up, and the best part is being all shredded, looking at your opponent at 135 pounds even, all cut up in front of everyone. And the new weight cut rule kind of gets you all bloated before you can look them in the eyes all shredded, but that's okay because you get way more time to rehydrate, and it's actually better and more healthier for the fighter. So I do like the new rule now. Not at first I didn't, but I do now.
And a lot of the fighters like that. With Santa Maria, his biggest complaint is, again, his size. He's not used to being the bigger fighter. And a lot of his opponents, he said, were walking into the cage at 150 pounds. He feels that these earlier weigh-ins are going to allow his opponents to cut more weight and have more time to rehydrate, further accentuating the problem that is his size disadvantage.
He's looking a little hesitant. He wants Tapia to come in there and come and get him, but when he did, he was just kind of covering up there. I don't know if he was blocking or waiting to throw that, you know, desperation shot to knock him out. But he's definitely stalking him a little bit, and he's got Tapia on his bicycle. He's running around and trying to get out of there. Doesn't want to let him set his feet in.
And Tapia is kind of jumping in different, unorthodox. He's mixing it up, and he lands a couple left hooks there that caught the chin and the attention of Johnny Santamaria.
Tsunami's not too worried about it.
It almost seems, and correct me, like Santamaria, if there was a division that was prevalent at 115, he could drop to 115 as he just eats the right hand.
Well, yeah, I mean, he always says that he's a smaller fighter. In this fight, that's not the case. He's definitely the bigger one with the size advantage, but I bet he could probably cut, I mean, maybe, but that would not be very fun. 115 is a lot for a guy.
For Albert Tapia, he loves the opportunity to go for the finish and get that finishing bonus. He goes, it's an awesome initiative to motivate you to get some extra work and open up a little more. As jumping in with a, looked like a jumping kick that Santamaria was trying to land.
Is that TJ Dillashaw? Is that high 10?
Big uppercut from Santamaria. He's been working on his boxing, which is why you see him sitting into the punches a little bit more as he goes for a takedown.
That was beautiful.
He ended up on the bottom, and
well, of course, he knew he was going to be on bottom. He was looking for an ankle lock there, going right into, I think they call that honey hole.
All right, gentlemen, second round. You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Handle, let's go.
Charles, how do you have it?
you know, I felt that Johnny Tsunami controlled the center of the cage a little bit more, but it's such a close round that it really could go either way. You know, Albert Tapia worked his in and out Shotokan karate style, and Tsunami has kind of been sitting in a little bit more, like I said. So I'm going to lean with Tsunami, but it could easily go either way.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a coin flip. I definitely do not ever envy the judges in these types of situations. I definitely prefer my seat better.
Got the best seat in the house, Dewey, Ray Flores, Juliana Pena, and also Charles DeGisco as a spinning back kick that missed for Johnny Santamaria. And Santamaria, as we talked about, actually has thought about retirement, but a win like this can certainly propel him into gaining that confidence. Once again, Juliana, you've never had that issue when it comes to during the course of your career, even thinking about that way. But when you have, you know, situations in your career, things aren't going right, it is important to remain that you are talented and you can gain W's.
Yeah, I would rely more on skill as opposed to talent, and you really got to make those adjustments in the fight and have your fight IQ up there when you're in the cage. And if you don't make those adjustments, say goodnight, Grace.
Watch the head, gentlemen, watch the head.
Well, speaking of saying goodnight, Albert Tapia, with his nickname Buenas Noches, is trying to say goodnight to Johnny Tsunami Santamaria. He's trying to look for his opening.
He's looking for a straight right. There it is. He throws it.
And he just ate a straight right from Santamaria.
Albert Tapia is using his straight leg kicks to create a lot more space, and he's not really letting Tsunami sit into his punches like he did in the first round. And this goes right with what you guys were saying, and you make the adjustments, and Albert Tapia has made the adjustments, is constantly pushing Tsunami up against the cage, or with his back against the cage.
Nice left hook over there by Santamaria. Both these guys staying busy. I love it.
He's explosive. Tapia is explosive. Santamaria is more calculated, aiming for that opening. And anytime Albert Tapia makes a mistake, it seems like Santamaria is right there to counter him and land a shot.
Tapia's always moving, man. He's like not in one spot. You think he's over here, he moves. You think he's over there, he moves. He's got some great footwork, and he's cutting those angles real well. I like that about his style. There's the wrestling takedown, shot double, almost to a pass, getting into a triangle. Nice job.
Let's go fight.
And Santamaria rises to his feet. They just want to stand and trade. I think it is without question that they just love to mix it up, and that is what Combate America is all about. Nice left hook there by Albert Tapia. Now he comes forward again and lands an uppercut to Santa Maria. He is swinging for the fences and is connecting. It's Albert Tapia.
Yeah, Albert Tapia is stunned. Oh, he's
right down. That drops Santa Maria. He's in trouble. Will Tapia get the finish?
It looks like it. He's going ham. He's trying to pass. He's trying to ground and pound this guy. He's trying to get him ground out into mashed potatoes. Let's see if he can get the finish here. He's going ham.
Tsunami
nice
on
elbow.
lockdown. Oh, he's out.
Oh!
Santa Maria is still in the fight. He is trying to keep Tapia off.
Turtle shell. Giving up his
Tapia
back.
trying to finish this fight.
Oh,
Maria's going.
Hey! Woo!
And now Santa Maria, he gets to his feet. He answers back. What a war, what a guerra.
This
Oh
guy's
my
got it.
goodness. Santa Maria's down again. What a battle. This is Combate Americas. Pure corazón and heart.
He's giving up his back again. This guy's got a granite chin. My goodness. He's covering up, though. He's not doing much. If he doesn't move, Baltron's going to stop it. Nice, nice, nice uppercuts. Get off of me, he says. Oh, look at the hematoma on that left eye. Oh, my gosh.
But Santa Maria's digging down deep. Tapia unloading. Mike Beltran throwing back. They're both going toe-to-toe.
whenever Mike Beltran goes to stop the fight, Johnny Tsunami throws a heavy hand and lets him know that he's still involved. It's amazing how he's holding on right now.
Pure guts and determination by Santa Maria, keeping him in the fight.
La Jaula is calling. It's after you. It wants to get you. Here comes a knockout stop right here.
Mike Beltran watching as Albert Tapia's got to be thinking, how do I finish off Johnny Santa Maria?
This is where you got to go hard. This is where you got to go hard. You can't stop right here. You got 10 seconds. Finish your fight, kid.
Will Tapia be able to finish Santa Maria, or will he make his way to the third round? Tapia is just absolutely stunned. That is one of the gutsiest young men we have ever seen inside La Jaula. Johnny Santa Maria has the will of a warrior. And the fight continues.
And Johnny Tsunami just got more time to recover from that vicious beating. And let's see if he's flat on his feet right now, which indicates that he's still badly, badly hurt.
This sold-out crowd is standing here at the Exchange in Los Angeles for what they've seen through 2 rounds, as Santa Maria seemed to have had the advantage somewhat in the first round, and then he was blasted by Albert Tapia, who couldn't finish him.
You got to finish your fights, you know what I mean? And he clearly had the ground advantage on the Shudokan karate fighter, Santa Maria. So I would really like to see Tapia shoot that double again, pass into side control, advance into mount, and let it rain with heavy punches and elbows in order to get this fight stopped. Let's see if he can do it.
He has just over 4 minutes to work, does Johnny Santa Maria. And it seems like he has gathered himself. He's throwing the jab, but what power by Albert Tapia. Buenas noches, what a fitting nickname. Good night. He almost made Johnny Tsunami go to sleep and say good night, but he found a way to remain in the fight.
Man, that uppercut, though, of Santa Maria, if he could land that, it would be solid. He's not finding a home for it, but he definitely found a home for that stiff jab. Popped his head back like a Pez dispenser. That was a good one.
Almost 90 seconds into this round, and Tsunami is moving quite well with all things considered. I think that doctor stoppage really gave him a little bit more time to get on his horse, get his bearing back, and now he's looking for that heavy right hand.
Exactly on point, Charles, as Santa Maria connected right on the button.
Tapia said you're going to have to put a little bit more mustard on that, boy.
Well, with the way these guys are fighting,
Get off me!
We need some hot sauce, not more mustard, Giuliano. We need some hot sauce with the way they've been fighting.
We need some tapatios.
Under 3 minutes remaining in this third and final round.
you know, you have to wonder if Albert Tapia punched himself out by going for that finish. He rode the last 10 seconds out in full mount as Tsunami just kind of held him in a lockdown. So it doesn't seem like he quite has the energy he did last round, and he might have spent it all going for that finish.
Oh man, I swear if he could land and find out for that uppercut, that Tapia would be in trouble. I like it. I like their awareness, positional awareness. There's no home for that uppercut, Tapia says.
Santamaria coming forward, looking for the jab. Approaching 2 minutes to go in this third and final round, but Santamaria has got to do something. He has really comes inside.
Get off of me, he says. That's a nice one, a little left hook there. Nice feint, 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 feint. He wants to come in with a double jab. He wants to double jab it up and throw that right hand. Oh!
He may have earned. He's stunned. Albert Tapia, and he gets the finish. Oh my goodness, Tapia in trouble. The spinning breakfast has Tapia on Bobble Street.
And they're back up there. Tapia shooting for a takedown in desperation, trying to hold on. And you just have to wonder how much Santamaria has left. With the crowd behind him, he's going for it.
120 remaining. He threw it out of left field.
You better step over that leg. You better step over that leg. Oh, nice job. There it is. Beautiful pass. His guard is open. Pass. Pass, Tapia.
The chance of Johnny here at a sold-out exchange in LA. What a fight. As Santamaria changed the complexity of the round momentarily, but Tapia recovered.
That's the difference between a stand-up fighter and a complete fighter who likes to transition and use their wrestling. You got to chain wrestle. It's got to go transition, transition, transition. Even though he was hit and rocked, he went right back into autopilot and hit the transitions with the wrestling. But it looks like he's going to get himself caught here if Santamaria could finish that. Oh, no dice. No dice. Tapia says stand up.
Santamaria really needs to push for the finish here. Tapia was almost in that triangle choke, but he was able to stand up. And at this point, they're both so tired, but with the fan behind Tsunami, let's see if he can really put it together these last 15 seconds and steal the round.
Final 10 seconds of what has been a clash between Johnny Santamaria and Albert Tapia.
Woo! Nice. Wow.
What a fight in the flyweight division. This is emblematic of the orgullo and the honor, the honor, the determination, the pride that these guerreros, these warriors have, and what sportsmanship inside the Combate Americas jaula.
I love that. You know what? You can say all you want outside the cage. After you get in a war like that, you guys better share a beer is all I have to say.
You know, such good sportsmanship between two warriors. Both guys almost finished each other with the Tsunami going with the spinning back fist, Tapia with the big right hand and the relentless ground and pound. I mean, that was an absolute war, and that's what you expect to see when you watch Combate Americas. And there was the spinning back fist just then, and Tsunami was all over him. Almost stopping the fight was Mike Beltran, but Tapia was able to get his back to the cage and hold on.
Who won this fight? Look at that pinpoint accuracy by Johnny Santamaria.
I think Tapia won. I think he did enough to win for sure. But you know what? Santamaria did an awesome job too. I would just say he won due to takedowns in top position.
Y ahora, aficionados, nos vamos a las terretas de los jueces. And now, fight fans, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Primero vamos a darle un aplauso tremenda. How about a big hand for both of these fighters inside the cage tonight? And once again, Combate Americas will give both fighters a fight bonus for their war in the chains. Y ahora los puntos de los jueces. El señor Nelson Hamilton anotó 28-28. Hamilton scores it even, 28-28. El juez Jean Lebel anotó 29-27, 29-27 for Lebel. Y Creel anotó 28-27. Creel has it 28-27. El ganador por decisión mayoritaria, winner by majority decision, Albert. Buenas noches, Tapia.
Albert Tapia with the majority decision victory over Johnny. Juliana, that was something special.
It was a great fight, and you know, I'm just so glad that they're under such an amazing promotion where they're told that they get bonuses for finishes, and then they go to decisions and they still get bonuses. It's great.
Y ahora, damas y caballeros, esta próxima pelea está pactado por 3 asaltos en el peso mosca. And here we go, fight fans, once again, 3 rounds. This in the flyweight division. Presentado primero en la esquina azul con un peso de 125 libras y 3 cuartos y un récord de 5 victorias y 5 derrotas. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a wrestler, boxer, standing 5 feet, 6.5 inches tall. Weighing in officially 125 3/4 pounds. His professional record stands even after 10 bouts, 5 victories and 5 defeats. From Oxnard, California, here is the brawler, Benji y su oponente en la esquina roja, con un peso de 125 libras y un cuarto y un récord perfecto de 4 victorias y 0 derrotas. His opponent fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter standing 5 feet 4.5 inches tall. He weighed in 125 1/4 pounds, and in 4 professional bouts stands perfect tonight. 4 victories and no defeats. From Eagle Rock, California, here is the undefeated Hinrich, Ricky Wasmer. And your referee in charge of the action, encargado de ring, referee Mike Beltran.
Mike Beltran, a referee in charge. Heinrich Wasmer and Benji Gomez. Can Heinrich Wasmer remain undefeated? Or will Benji Gomez be the first blemish on his record? We're about to find out in this flyweight matchup. It is Combate Americas, Combate 8, Ray Flores, Juliana Pena, Charles DeGisco as they touch gloves, and we're underway. If this is any indication of what we have gotten so far, we're in for another barn burner of a matchup.
Ricky scraps. He looks nice and tight. He looks explosive. He looks like he's just ready to spring into that.
Very much like a cobra, tensed up and ready to strike at any moment. And Benji Gomez, the southpaw, is ready to meet him in the center of the jaula.
And what's important to note with that is that Ricky Scraps has a history of fighting southpaws, and he's very comfortable, whereas a lot of fighters tend to walk towards that right hand. Ricky Scraps is actually using that to his advantage.
Nice. He snaps him back down to the mat in that front head draw. I don't know if he's going to take the back or if he's going to try to go guillotine, but it's nice. I like it. It's a way to tangle him up. Now Ricky Scraps going for a guillotine of his own, and Benji's out of there. Says no dice. Oh,
And they touch gloves as to really show admiration for one another. They both brought their lunch pail and their lunch bucket as they're coming to work here tonight.
Give me all your lunch money.
Ricky's going to try to walk him down a little bit here. He really wants to establish the center of the cage. And, big right rear leg roundhouse kick.
You know, the flyweight division, when it comes to Combate Americas, is such a burgeoning division. We just saw that war that we witnessed with a very tough Albert Tapia and Johnny Santamaria, and now it is Benji Gomez and Heinrich Wasmer going at it.
He wants to put him in the cradle there. It didn't work out for him. Ricky Scraps got his base back. Ricky Scraps, you can tell he wants to set up that high head kick.
Benji Gomez, he had some success there up against the cage and snapping him down when he was able to get to the ground. And that's really the fight he needs to have if he wants to find success here. Ricky Scraps is a little bit lighter on his feet. He's beating him to the punch. And it's his best bet to rough him up against the cage and grind him out.
This is a very important fight for Benji Gomez. It's almost a watershed fight. If he wins, he gets over the 500 mark. If he loses, he drops below the 500 mark.
He kind of is coming in there with his head down and rushing in there, and Benji can see it.
Well, Heinrich Wasmer, who is perfect in his mixed martial arts career, realizes the huge opportunity he has with Combate Americas if he's able to defeat one Benji Gomez.
Benji's obviously the bigger, taller fighter, and he's definitely using his experience here on this one.
Right, let's go.
He don't care. He's a gangster. He sees that, man. Anytime this guy comes in, he's in a flurry of punches. Get out of here with the head kick.
It was blocked by Wasmer, and Wasmer coming forward with a vengeance, and he hits him to the groin again. The first time it was inadvertent, and he was able to shake it off. The second time, it affected the cup of Benji Gomez. So now, and Mike Beltran is sending Heinrich Wasmer to the neutral corner. Let's take a look at it.
Ooh, it just, the top of the foot just rode up, and you know, Benji seems like he's okay. He's shaking it off, but he's going to take his time here as Mike commands respect of the howler.
Work it off. Let me know when you're ready.
Mike Beltran, such a dominant presence in the cage. He said, no talking in the corner.
Sure.
Very
Ready to go?
intimidating.
Yes. Tell me you're ready to go. Yes.
This is his cage.
Pick him up, all right? Pick him up. Ready? Fight.
He certainly maintains law and order, does Mike Beltran, as we're back to action in the second round, or the first round. This has been so much of a fun first round, it's almost seemed like it's gone to the second, and now an uppercut there by one Benji Gomez.
Pumping that jab out there.
With Benji Gomez, it'd be nice to see if he can extend the jab fully. He's not extending the jab. He has it, and he kind of brings it right back midway. He needs to extend on the jab and fight as the taller fighter. This feinting and thinking about throwing punches is not going to be advantageous, or will score points in the eyes of the judges.
One of the things that Benji really was proud of was that he had a really good camp for this fight. He came in feeling prepared, and that's going to give him the confidence necessary to accomplish everything we've been talking about. He used his time, he's prepared physically, and at this point it's just a matter of getting the timing down, and both fighters are having that issue because there's a lot of movement.
Snappy straight left, Benji Gomez has got. It's crisp. He's using that jab as a feeler to gauge his distance. How far away am I? He's not necessarily trying to land all those jabs. He just wants to know, what's my range in here?
Benji Gomez has a little girl, and he wants the finish. If he gets the finish, it is the finish bonus has been doubled. He wants to take his little girl on a vacation and also save some money as well. He says, my daughter is everything to me, and I certainly want to be able to get a finish over Heinrich Wasmer and take her on vacation.
Nice big overhand right by Ricky Scraps, and that's funny that you mentioned his daughter, Ray, because Ricky Scraps has a daughter too, and he calls her his inspiration, his world is everything, little Annabella.
Both fighters fighting for so much more than actual records, a better life for their families, and we are going to go towards the second round.
Yeah, I like the brawler, Benji Gomez. He did a great job of defending the takedowns, was snapping him down in a front head draw, utilizing his wrestling. He is not going to even blink an eyelash at his undefeated record with his opponent. He's trying to go in there and win this fight for sure.
It almost seems like the feeling out process has evaporated as they're coming out both and are really picking up the pace. And look at Benji Gomez come forward with a reckless abandon down, and they both want to open up and really go at it.
Definitely, definitely. That head kick, that high head kick that Ricky Scrap likes is actually what put him on his back there, and I bet Benji wishes that he could have kept him on the ground there, but back to the feet they go, and then we'll see if Benji hits this wrestling and get him back down on the ground where he's been the most successful.
And Wasmer throws a right hand, but that was a slip. Charles, the one word I would use to describe Benji Gomez is extend. He needs to extend that jab and fully commit to it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he was using it as a feeler in the first round, which is fine to try to get his range, but now he really needs to use it to connect. The jab opens up every single thing in Benji's arsenal, and he just needs to utilize it a little bit more.
You can see Benji's experience coming into play here. He can see everything that Ricky's trying to throw in, and he sees that, he recognizes it, and he's out of the way.
Is it fair to say that Gomez is out hustling Heinrich Wasmer at the moment?
I think so. What do you guys think?
I definitely agree. He's moving a lot more angles, but his hands are starting to drop a little bit lower. That makes me worried about the counter.
Nice block head kick by Ricky Scraps. He's trying to go in with that straight right. Nice inside leg kick by Ricky Scraps.
Get close again, Watson. Go.
Wasmer cannot just look for that picture-perfect shot. He needs to be active, and he needs to understand that he's allowing Benji Gomez to get the edge on striking in volume, and just he's purely out-hustling him.
Absolutely. The name of the game is to stay on it, stay in your face, and to stay busy.
And Benji Gomez, there's a reason why they call him the brawler.
He's definitely a brawler, and I love it. It's my style of fighting. Yeah, he finally found a home for that leg kick. Head kick, I meant to say, not leg kick. Changing levels, Ricky Scraps, trying to throw him off. He's trying to come in with that big flying knee. You can tell he's trying to load it up. Nice straight right by Ricky Scraps. Beautiful. The pull punch power on that, man. It's like snapping a towel. You can tell it's got some fire on it by Ricky Scraps.
There's a lot of explosiveness there, Juliana. You're absolutely right. He's very, very quick. Oh, he's going to counter with a hard right hand. Left hand, excuse me.
Straight down the
Heinrich Wasmer has ran into guys that are not able to handle his explosiveness and his ability. He's running into a brick wall in Benji, the brawler Gomez, so far. Spinning back kick. And I know that's innovative, but it almost seems like desperation to try to generate some kind of offense. Or maybe it's something to add to his, arsenal, and he's been successful on.
Yeah, it's cute. It's I like it. He's staying busy.
As we go into the second half of this fight, it really starts to favor Benji. As we talked about earlier, his cardio and his conditioning are there, and he is comfortable in deep waters. And this is only the second time Ricky Scraps has been this late in a fight, and I think we could really see that difference coming in as Benji continues to take what Ricky Scraps throws at him.
What I do like about Ricky Scraps is his ability to throw those leg kicks and then get right back out.
Absolutely.
He's not too heavy on that front foot. He's very athletic when it comes to those. But Benji answers back with another leg kick of his own.
And Benji Gomez is happy and content to just remain and keep Ricky Scraps at the end of his strikes. The jab, the leg kicks, he's using his distance just absolutely beautifully.
Nice.
And a right hand that landed by Heinrich Wasmer, but back comes Benji Gomez, has to tell him it was only a slip.
He says, I could do that too. Level changes. Let's see a flurry in the last 10 seconds. Let's see who wants it. These guys are exhausted. These guys are throwing heat.
It is sold out here at the Exchange in Los Angeles. Heinrich Wasmer and Benji Gomez. This is the third and final round. Through two, how do you guys have it?
I got Benji.
I have it even one apiece.
Well, Wasmer, for him to, this is the longest he's ever been in a fight, as you eloquently pointed out, Charles. I think he's proven that he's up to the challenge against a very durable veteran in Benji Gomez.
He's certainly swimming in the deep water, and he looks comfortable out there. He's very patient, and he hasn't overcommitted, because a lot of times guys are used to getting the finishes, they rush. They put themselves in bad positions because they get frustrated they haven't been able to put away the other fighter. Benji's staying tough, but Ricky's staying patient.
One of those body leg kicks to the body turned into like a big sharp knee up into that guts area instead of it being a leg kick. So I think that bothers Ricky a little bit, but Only time will tell. He ain't worried about it. Look at him. He's crisp, dude. Look at how crisp he is in the third round. He's staying sharp. He's trying to level change. Still explosive. But Benji finds a home for that straight left hand.
With Wasmer, he's coming forward. There's no head movement. He's coming in a straight line, not using his feints at all or trying to change his levels. He has gotten away from that and is not even trying to set up anything. It seems like he's thinking too much, it appears on the surface. How
athletic is Benji? Just flicks up those head kicks like it's nothing. That's athleticism, man.
Yeah, Benji he really came to fight, and we've been talking about this earlier in the fight. He's just in such good shape, and this is the best we've seen him in any of his Carillo debuts. And I'm going to see if he takes this round, he very well could take this fight.
There's such a thing as beating somebody to the punch, and Benji Gomez is doing that here in this third round against Heinrich Wasmer.
And I don't know if it's just the experience, if it's the height factor, but he's just seeing everything. Anytime this guy comes in, he's got an answer for everything.
He's got a motor that can go, as does Wasmer. However, Wasmer, instead of thinking, needs to stop reacting.
Yeah, he just needs to bite down on that mouthpiece and just start going ham, get in Benji's face. But I don't necessarily think that's his style. He's playing it a little too safe here. And, you know, you really got to go out there and get it and not put your fate in the hands of the judges if you want to get a solid, clear win and continue to keep and uphold your undefeated record.
Yeah, Juliana, I agree. You know, patience is certainly a virtue, but at this point, he needs to get on his horse and he needs to do some damage to steal this round because the fight is up in the air, and there is just time is running out.
Yeah, you don't want to put your fate or destiny in the hands of somebody else in these types of situations. Winning and losing is everything in this sport. And the name of the game is to pass the class and get your hand raised. So it's so scary when it goes to the judges.
With Benji Gomez under 2 minutes to go, we're seeing this multiplicity of skills that he's demonstrating. He's using his jab, the leg kicks. His footwork has been outstanding. He's keeping his range, using distance just absolutely perfectly.
Nice. Trying for the spinning back fist.
You know, this is a new improved Benji Gomez, and as this third round has continued, he has just picked up the pace. And we talked about this. This is a deep water fight, and he is swimming, and Ricky Scraps is certainly treading water, but he's struggling right now.
He's still seeing those kicks, though. He's still blocking. He's still in the game. He's still in it to win it. I'd like to see him come forward a little bit more.
If you're Wasmer, the time is now. 1 minute remaining in the third round.
Answered back, leg kick for leg kick. Nice straight right by Ricky Scraps, and the inside leg kick that hurt me watching that one. Oof. Right to the kneecap. I think these guys could go 5 easy.
Wasmer.
Nice outside leg kick by Benji.
Still, he's eating leg kicks, he's eating. And it is Benji Gomez who has dictated the action inside La Jaula in this matchup. How will the judges have it scored as we approach the closing moments of this flyweight contest between Heinrich Wasmer and Benji Gomez? Takedown to conclude the fight as Benji Gomez and Heinrich Wasmer both with their hands raised. It was a workmanlike effort for Benji Gomez. Wasmer had a terrific effort as well.
Y ahora, damas y caballeros, nos vamos a las tarjetas de los jueces, and now fight fans. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. El señor Creel anotó 30-27, 30-27 for Creel. The score going to Gomez. El señor Hamilton anotó 30-27, 30-27 for Wasmer from Doc Hamilton. Y el señor Jean Labelle anotó 29-28. Labelle scores at 29-28. El ganador por decisión dividida. Your winner by split decision, the Brawler, Benji Gomez!
Benji Gomez It's a split decision victory over Heinrich Wasmer. Benji Gomez victorious. Campbell McLaren, CEO for Combate Americas, one of the UFC co-founders, is absolutely thrilled with that performance. However, guys, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm a little taken aback by that being a split decision. 30-27 for Wasmer.
Yeah, that's tough to get behind. I certainly had it with Judge Gene LaBelle. I thought Ricky won the first round, but Benji took the last two.
All that matters is the rightful man got his hand raised here tonight. Benji Gomez did amazing.
Y ahora, damas y caballeros, esta próxima pelea está pactada por 3 asaltos en el peso mosca. And here we go, fight fans, 3 rounds. This in the flyweight division. Presentaron primero la esquina azul, con un peso de 125 libras y un cuarto y un récord de 8 victorias, 3 derrotas y un empate. Introducing first, fighting in the blue corner, a freestyle fighter standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in 125 1/4 pounds. In 12 professional fights, his record, 8 victories, 3 defeats and 1 draw. Fighting out of Vancouver, Washington, here is Dirty Vincent. Y sobre de la esquina roja, con un peso de 124 libras y 3 cuartos y un récord de 19 victorias y 7 derrotas. His opponent fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter standing 5 feet 5 inches tall. He weighed in officially 124 3/4 pounds, and in 26 bouts has a record of 19 victories and 7 defeats. Peleando por Chula Vista, California, here is Danny, the Gremlin Martinez. Y encargado del ring, your referee in charge of the action, Mike Beltran.
Referee in charge, Mike Beltran. Danny Martinez wearing the black trunks, wearing the blue.
Benjamin, over here,
Benny
please.
Vincent.
Danny, over there.
Vincent wearing the blue
Thank
trunks,
you.
wearing the black. Danny Martinez. Martinez predicted a knockout finish. He wants to come out, get the KO finish, get his finish
All right,
bonus, and
gentlemen,
then go
first
home
round.
to his
You
lovely
ready to
2
fight?
babies.
You ready to fight?
Will
Hey,
Benny
let's go.
Vincent have other plans? We're about to find out. And swinging wildly, Danny Martinez. Oh my goodness, he is coming out and unloading some strikes.
Guillotine, single leg, pass, pass, pass. Nice job by Danny Martinez to go in there and get that cradle.
And now there is a
Front head draw. He's going to snap it down. Snap it down, or he's going to choke him unconscious. What is that, a 10-finger choke? What has he got there?
It's a
Snapping it down. Snapping it down. He's just got that front head draw control, so that's important. Back to the cradle again goes Danny. Back up to the feet. Big heavy punches goes Danny.
And Martinez gets rocked momentarily by a right hand by Benny Vincent. He's bleeding as well. I don't know if it was from a clash of heads, but...
Should be noted that Danny Martinez has never been finished in all of his fights.
And Charles, there's a laceration above the left eye of Danny Martinez.
Yeah, and that came from Dirty Benny's hard right hand. You know, Danny came out like a bat out of hell, but now he's kind of stuck and slowed down a little bit. And he needs to kind of take his time, get his tempo, and understand that he's not going to run through Dirty Benny.
They're in the clinch as Martinez puts Vincent against the cage.
Danny looking for the double leg. He's going to collapse those hands together right now and pick him up. He's going for a ride, Benny is.
And he takes him down. Vincent looks up and understands he needs to rise to his feet.
Danny's going back to the front head draw position, which is great. Maybe he can take his back from here. There it is.
Danny's taking the... oh, man.
Nice job. Way to square up by Benny. He gets right back up to his feet. And you know what? This is the most exhausting part of a fight, is continuing that chain wrestling, continuing to go right back down to the ground after that person did everything in their power to explode right back up to their feet. And then you got to drag them back down to the mat again and implement your game plan. It's exhausting, honestly. And Danny's definitely looking for the rear naked choke there, and he doesn't want to give up position. He wants to continue to have his back. Nice little peek there.
And Benny Vincent rises to his feet.
Now Benny Vincent's got him in the front head draw, and he's going to use that in order to stay on his feet And he's going for a ride again, though.
And he gets dumped on his backside, does Benny Vincent.
And that's the problem. If you're going for that guillotine, then you got to go for it. You can't just hold on to the head, because then they're going to flare you right up and land you right into side control, which is happening right now. It's what you guys are witnessing. Danny wants to take that back, man. He's looking for the choke. He's looking for that positioning. He doesn't want to give up that top position. He wants to be on him like a wet blanket, and he's doing a great job of it.
Dirty Benny's been doing a great job of keeping his back to the cage, but Danny goes for it, overcommits a little bit. Dirty Benny needs to keep his back to the cage.
The rear naked choke was in, and he slipped out of it, did Vincent. As Vincent with under 2 minutes to go, they are now in a scramble.
Yeah.
Martinez winds up on top.
His wrestling's really coming into play here. It's nice. It's really good. I like his transitions. Get on top, stay on top. That's the name of the game. Benny says that his BJJ is the thing that he's been working on the most. And you can tell, because it's been really hard to do any sort of submission hold on him. He's been getting out of everything and finding his way back to his feet every time.
Danny Martinez looking for the rear naked choke. Juliana, what do you guys have to do in order to finish it?
I say start softening him up, start punching him in the face, and make him give you the neck. Oh, that's deep. That's deep.
It's a rear naked choke attempt. Can Danny Martinez finish it off?
Oh man, that's right under the chin, man.
And Vincent
still
trying to peel off that right arm of Danny Martinez.
And this is an expert move. Danny is just relentless. There's been a fight of attrition, of transitions, and Danny is always ending up in dominant positions.
Nice sprawl out, going for a Darce choke is Benny. He don't got it though. He don't got it. His head's free, he's out. Danny's gonna stay on top. Stepped over that leg, he's fine. He's trying to force a Darce choke here, but he doesn't have it. Nice chin whip by Danny Martinez. Oh, almost chin whip. Nice knee to the body. These guys are back to the feet. Nice job by Benny Vincent.
They have both pushed each other to the limit in this first round. Danny Martinez and Benny Vincent. Round 2 on the way. It is Combate Americas, Combate Ocho.
All right, gentlemen, second round. You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Hey, let's go.
He is certainly authoritative as Mike Beltran. As you heard him give the instructions to the fighters as we begin the second round. Danny Martinez looks very good, though. He was moments away from finishing off Benny Vincent, but Vincent with an 8-3-1 record is very durable.
Some of these guys listening to their corner, trying to hear what their corner's saying. He wants them to throw 3-2. There you go. His corner's telling him, your wrestling's way better, Danny. Let's throw some feints, get that takedown. And I agree.
And now Martinez walking down Benny Vincent, and Vincent with his mouthpiece that is coming out, and that is a surefire sign that he is starting to become exhausted.
Nice sprawl by Martinez. You know what I love about him is that he's got some really heavy hands. Every punch that he throws is with bad intentions. He must pick that up from Jeremy Stevens. Nice knee to the body, that hurt. That was right in the solar plexus. Here comes a double. He doesn't got it. Single. Chain. Nice sprawl by Benny.
Benny's looking for the reverse figure 4.
Got him on the arm. Now reverse triangle. He's trying to throw up that reverse triangle, but Danny's head's not in it. He's wise to the submission game. He knows what's up. He's going to settle his position here.
Yeah, he ended up in side control, and it's just been a story of a lot of transitions, a lot of scrambles. With no matter how many times Danny gets reversed, he continues to end up in a dominant position, and this is no different.
He's got 3 minutes left. He's got a lot of time to settle his position and finish this fight right here. There is no hurry. 3 minutes is a lot of time. Grind, grind, grind. Work those back elbows. Do not lose your position here right now. This positioning is everything.
And Benny Vincent looked over at the video board here at the exchange, wondering how much time he has left. He's got to be thinking this is a bad position to be in, as Danny Martinez, who's got heavy hips and is very powerful, is on top of him.
Do you see what he's trying to do here? He's trying to lock up like an inverted darce or something to get the reversal. It's not really working out, though. That shoulder pressure by Martinez is allowing him not to do it, but he's so long and lanky that see that? He's trying to catch his head in his arm there, but he doesn't have it, so he's going to keep working from behind until he feels like he has it. There it is. See, he got back to his, well, turtle position, not back to his feet, but it definitely advanced his position from where he was before.
Danny ended up on his back after a brief moment of scramble, and this is where he almost finished the fight last time. He was relentless with his rear naked choke attempts. He needs to just keep his hips a little bit tighter and not let Dirty Benny roll out the way he did last time. He's in a dominant position, and if he just takes his time, he has a lot of time to work.
Yeah, a minute and 50, a minute 30, whatever you want to call it. He's got a lot of time. He should just start softening him up with a ton of blows to make that rear naked choke avail itself. Benny is just scrambling, man. He's back to his feet again. Danny Martinez is exhausted trying to keep taking this guy back down to the ground. He's like, would you get down there and stay down there? His base is wide. He's going to be hard to take down. Let's see the strength of Danny Martinez. Nice head posture on that. Almost had that. That was beautiful. He's like, that underhook is not an underhook. See how it's completely clasped?
A minute to go between Danny Martinez and Benny Vincent, as it is Martinez putting on a clinic against Benny Vincent.
Benny Vincent's trying to suck in a guillotine right there. He's trying to get his hands clasped together. He's got the arm and going for the darce again. His head is definitely caught, so he might have a better chance of doing this. If he can get his forehead looking at Danny Martinez's belly button and sneak completely underneath him, he might have it. He doesn't have it again, goes back to the conventional guillotine, and it ends up with Danny Martinez back into side control. Now in full mount.
This is a tough spot for Dirty Benny because his neck is up against the cage, so his only move is to belly down, which we saw there. Although Danny Martinez just kind of fell off of him, and Dirty Benny ended up on top.
Look at the ability of Benny Vincent to continue to remain in the fight against Danny Martinez. He threw an elbow that landed on the side of the head. Closing moments of round 2 between Benny Vincent and Danny Martinez.
Man, these guys are tough.
All the way back. All right, gentlemen, third and final round. You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Let's go.
Martinez wearing the black and the red, and a nice punch there to begin, punctuated by Benny Vincent. Can Vincent dig down deep and find the energy to really pick up the pace? And now they are in close quarters. Coming in forward is Danny Martinez.
Coming in forward, but Benny recognizes what Danny's trying to do, and he's trying to negate all of his wrestling. These guys keep transitioning back to, but you got front head draw. No, you got front head draw. This fight's amazing. Both guys continuing to work. Both guys pushing the pace. I love fights like this.
This is why you spend the weeks of training camp, the dieting, the waking up early in the morning, the doing the 2 or 3 workouts a day, which Juliana, you are very familiar with, as now Benny Vincent is trying to, he's in half guard of Danny Martinez.
If he can stuff Danny's wrestling right here and stay on top right now, there's a good chance that he could pull this fight out and win this fight.
As Juliana mentioned earlier, there's nothing more tiring than chain wrestling, and Danny Martinez has been chain wrestling this entire fight. You have to wonder if coming off of a 10-day notice fight, he's not quite prepared to continue that pace for the full remainder of the fight.
Yeah, his experience is coming into play here. He's been in wars before, and he's no stranger to tough fights. Benny looking to sink in his own guillotine, or at least get that backpack on. Just trying to get those hooks in. gonna let it rain first. So much bigger. There he is. He's gonna use those hamstrings to flatten Danny out if he can, but he's a little too high in my opinion.
3 minutes remaining in the fight as Benny Vincent trying to go for the finish of Danny Martinez. This would be a monumental moment in his career.
Nice job. A little too high was Benny Vincent. Danny Martinez sucking in a dart. Yep, that's a darce. And
how deep is that?
He's fine. There is
Mike Beltran watching it.
For Danny Martinez to really finish this, he needs to, yeah, exactly. He needs to kind of come closer and hook that leg and be able to extend. And it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to do that as Dirty Benny is able to get out of it.
Nice shot by Dirty Benny. Back to the feet he goes. It's going to take a lot more than that to get me to stop, bro. Danny looking to clasp those hands together and get that double leg takedown. Benny says stuff, and now they're going back at it again with the darce. And they're so slippery. It's like you're not going to get it. They're like two oiled up pigs, you know what I mean? It's going to be real hard to sink in that submission. So better just get in your position, stay in your dominant position, and grind him out is my advice.
And Benny Vincent, one of the things I've never seen before, he's closing his eyes. He is absolutely, his eyes are tight shut, and he looked up at the ceiling, and I wonder what the thought process was behind closing your eyes in that position.
The thought process is no thought process. You're trying to feel, and you don't need your eyes to feel. You can feel with your eyes closed, and that's what he was trying to do. Is what's my next transition here?
And he, Dirty Benny just used that transition to slowly get back up to his feet. And his anti-wrestling, though he's been taken down, he stood up almost every single time. Let's see if in this last minute here, Danny Martinez is able to finish this fight.
And Martinez again on the back of Benny Vincent.
But Benny Vincent's still working. He's still punching. He's not going to go down without a fight. He's been able to get out of every single back take that Danny Martinez has put him in so far. 45 seconds left in the third and final round.
Well, the finish bonus is still on the line. Martinez is in control of the fight, but you know he would love nothing more than to have some extra money in his pocket and an extra check from Combate America CEO Campbell McLaren if he's able to pull off this rear naked choke attempt.
Yeah, and Danny's staying much more tight this time. I think is a better move. He really knows this is how he wants the fight to end. If he's not able to get the finish, he wants the judges to see that he ended up on his back. And in a round that was more competitive than the last two, it's important that he seals this up.
10 seconds.
Under 10 seconds remaining in the fight. It looks like we're going to go to the scorecards. It was a terrific battle, though, between Danny Martinez and Benny Vincent.
Y ahora, damas y caballeros, nos vamos a las tarjetas de los jueces. And here we go, fight fans, to the scorecards. Y todos de los señores anotaron el mismo 30-27. All three judges have it 30-27. El ganador por decisión unánime. Your winner by unanimous decision, Danny the Gremlin Martinez.
Danny Martinez, 30-27 across the board. A unanimous decision victory inside La Jaula. 10 days notice, and he looked very good, Juliana.
Yeah, I definitely think that he deserved to win. He had the aggression. He was making things happen in there, using his wrestling, and getting the takedowns every time. A lot of back control. I think he won.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He looked great out there. He put Dirty Benny in multiple bad positions, and for as game as Dirty Benny was, he just wasn't quite able to withstand that relentless wrestling.
Coming up, our feature bout of the evening. It is Mexico versus Puerto Rico. John Castaneda and Anel Cruz will go toe-to-toe inside the Combate America's jaula.
Desde el Exchange de Los Ángeles, California, damas y caballeros, este es la pelea estelar de la noche. 3 asaltos en el peso pluma. And here we go, fight fans, from Los Angeles, California, the main event of the evening. 3 rounds of action this scheduled in the featherweight division. Los tres jueces por ese combate, the three judges scoring this bout at cage side, Chris Crail, Nelson Hamilton, and Gene LaBelle. And when the action begins inside the cage, referee in charge and cargado del ring, Mike Beltran. And now, fight fans, the judges are ready and the fighters are ready. City of Angels, make some noise if you are ready! Presentado primero en la esquina azul, con un peso de 144 libras y medias y un récord de 5 victorias y 2 derrotas. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in officially 144.5 pounds. His professional record in 7 bouts, 5 victories and 2 defeats. Presentando el boricua de Bayamón, Puerto Rico, Ángel Tito Cruz. Y frente a la esquina roja, con un peso de 145 libras y 3 cuartos. His record, 10 victorias con 2 derrotas. His opponent fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in officially 145.75 pounds. He brings a professional record that stands at 10 victories and 2 defeats. Fighting out of and representing Minneapolis, Minnesota, here is John Sexy Mexi Castaneda.
All right, gentlemen, been over the rules already. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves now if you want. At the sound of the bell, come on out and handle your business. Let's go.
John Castaneda, Angel Cruz, our main event. It is Combate Americas Combate 8 live right here on UFC Fight Pass. A matchup in the featherweight division for Castaneda. Can he improve and continue to turn out victories inside La Jaula over Angel Cruz? Have other plans. It is Mexico versus Puerto Rico, the rivalry renewed. You can see the explosive striking ability of one Angel Cruz.
Absolutely. These guys are springy. Nice body kick.
And a body kick there by Angel Cruz.
Whoa.
He's coming in, and now John Castaneda, who has very heavy hips, looking to go to work.
Man, that was an amazing back take. What a gift Angel Cruz gave to John. He's going to get on top, and he's going to stay on top. That's great wrestling by Castaneda.
And a good hip escape from Angel Cruz. He's a purple belt at 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu in San Diego. And Castaneda is just relentless right now, though, able to take his back and get both hooks in.
Take his back and just be super aggressive with that rear naked choke. If he can collapse that right hand on the back of his shoulder, it should be over. But Angel back to his feet. Nice job by Cruz.
Great job by Angel Cruz to get himself back to his vertical base.
Piecing him up there with a 3-piece. Nice.
The explosive striking. Angel Cruz has that boxing background. Grew up watching the great Puerto Rican fighters, including Felix Trinidad, who means so much to him. And look at him throw the leather. But Castaneda still very comfortable, willing to engage in the pocket.
Cruz is stalking him now. He found a home for that straight right. He wants to knock him out. He's looking for the knockout.
One of the things John might be dealing with right now is a size disadvantage. He talked about not being worried about it due to his experience, but we've seen in a couple positions he's just gotten a little out-muscled. Look for him to move a little bit more angles and get out of that counter right hand that he keeps catching.
Yeah, he needs to get his punches off. He needs to quit covering up and come forward and stand in the pocket and trade with this guy if he wants to land anything solid. He can't back up anymore.
Well, and John Castaneda clearly has a great deal of respect for the power of Angel Cruz. As Cruz continues to walk him down, his confidence is beginning to increase.
He's staying busy. He is staying busy. Angel Tito Cruz is staying busy. Finding a home for that right hand. He's literally backing him up every time with that straight right. There it is again. There it is again. He found a home.
But credit to Castaneda, who's been avoiding a lot of the power punches in that exchange. He took some shots, but also he evaded quite a few of them as well.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of getting out of the way sometimes, but he definitely needs to answer back right away instead of letting that guy tee off on him so much.
You know, you have to earn the respect from Anel Cruz. You have to establish a jab. You have to make him know that you can hurt him too. And one of the best aspects of John Castaneda's striking is actually his wrestling and ability to take the opponent down. Since Anel Cruz has such high-level jiu-jitsu, he might be more hesitant to shoot the shot and open up his striking with his wrestling.
I don't think he's too worried about it, man. I think he's finding a home perfectly where he's landed with his striking. He's got the size advantage, he's got the reach advantage, and he's hit it solid clean with that right hand every time. But before this flurry a little bit, I saw Castaneda hit him with a right hand that landed pretty solid too, you know what I mean? So
that was his best punch of the fight.
Exactly.
As he sort of waited in the pocket. And the thing is, when it comes to a tall fighter, if you are going to remain on the outside, he'll pick you apart. Castaneda needs to close the distance so that the shots will go over his head, and he won't give the and be on the receiving end of the punches by Anel Cruz. He needs to close the distance, and that's something that he hasn't done in this first round.
But when he landed that straight right, that was exactly the type of fighting that he needed to continue to do in order to rock this guy. So, you know, it's still round one, and there's still a big round left. Sometimes you come out there, you make those adjustments, you get more comfortable in round two, and you do what you got to do to win the fight. It's got a nice, solid base. Angel's going to sweep out the single leg. To the mat he goes. It's not two yet. It's not two yet. There's no points there.
Nearing the end of round one between John Castaneda and Anel Cruz.
Great first round.
We'll come back with more.
All right, gentlemen.
Through one, how do you have it, Charles?
You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Have it, go!
Anel Cruz for sure. He's just been establishing the striking too much and pushing a pace that hasn't allowed Castaneda to get comfortable.
Juliana?
Charles in charge is right. Angel dominated that first round. Stole the center every time. These guys are throwing heat, man. I can hear these punches. Oh, man.
And Anel Cruz is really picking up. Oh, right hand right on the button there by Anel Cruz. That was a scintillating punch. But now Castaneda landed two right hands
Head draw
in
and a
succession.
He's gonna sit on it for a Darce there. Who's got? What do you got? Nope. Better sprawl. Sprawl. Snap that down. Taking the back. Back to the feet goes Cruz. Back right down to the mat, Castaneda says.
And Castaneda, this is his world.
Oh, head and arm choke. He's trying to sink in there. Put that forehead on the mat. That's solid. Let's see if he can finish this. Let's see if he can get the tap right here.
Can he finish the choke of Anel Cruz? Boy, what a victory this would be.
He says he's good. If he could just tee off a little bit more, he let go of it. He says, I'm just going to keep my position.
Castaneda, he regained mount and he didn't want to give up the position. For him to finish that while Anel Cruz had the telephone, which is when you put your hand to your ear to cut off the circulation, he really needed to flatten his body out next to him. Instead, he kept on him out, and now he's been able to transition to Anel Cruz's back.
Now, the rear naked choke, he's trying to get it in, but he lets go of it. Castaneda still trying to, now a scramble. Can Cruz get to his feet?
That was beautiful, beautiful. Right back down to the ground goes Cruz.
Pure power there, and also brilliant technique, compliments of the 24-year-old man known as the Sexy Mexi.
He loves side control. He loves a Darce choke. This is where he excels on the ground, and this is where he's the most comfortable. He made those adjustments that were throwing him off in round one. He's finding his rhythm, and he's looking pretty dominant so far in this round.
He has done a brilliant job of adjusting to John Castaneda. He has not allowed Anel Cruz to get up in this second round compared to that of the first.
Gonna beat the brakes off him here right now. The ref is gonna stop the fight.
Mike Beltran is watching the action. He may be very close to stopping this matchup. Can John Castaneda finish off Anel Cruz? He does it, and John Castaneda improves to 11-2. That was impressive.
Damas y caballeros, 2 minutos 25 segundos del segundo asalto. Referee para la pelea para el ganador por nocaut técnico. The end comes at the official time. 2 minutes, 25 seconds. Round number 2. Your winner by TKO, John Sexy Mexi Castaneda.
A brilliant adjustment for John Castaneda. Now 11-2 inside La Jaula is our very own Andrea Calle.
Mexi, John, ¿era esto lo que estabas esperando? Habías dicho que ibas a terminar por knockout. ¿Era esto lo que estabas esperando?
This is what you were waiting for, a TKO victory. Your
La
thoughts?
primera ronda vino bien fuerte.
The first round he
Y no
came
tenía
out strong.
respuesta, pero sabía que la segunda ronda yo tenía
I knew in the second
el
round
mejor tanque de gas.
I had
Y es
more
como
of a
lo que iba
gas
a probar.
tank.
Vimos que
And I could
desde el
finish him.
primer asalto te vimos muy fuerte en lo que era en la lona. ¿Esa fue la estrategia entrando en el segundo asalto, terminarlo en la lona o cuál era la estrategia?
What was your
Me dijo mi
strategy?
entrenero en primera ronda, ok, Sexy Mexi John, perdiste esa primera ronda, ¿qué vas a hacer?
They told me you lost the first round.
Es pura aquí energía en la mente.
Bueno,
It's
la
all
próxima
the
pelea es
mentality.
para oportunidad a título. ¿Qué se siente saber que ya viene esa oportunidad?
Oh, apenas acabé uno de los mejores 145, ni quiero imaginar qué le voy a hacer a este 35.
I just
Bueno,
finished one of the best guys at
felicitaciones. Vamos más a
145. I can
comerciales
only
y ya volvemos
imagine
con más aquí
about
por
what I
Bein
can
Sports.
do to one of the best 135 pounders as I move up to try to get my title opportunity.
Benji. The Gremlin.